So y'all, I finished this job. Good morning, YouTube. Hope you're doing well today. So this week we've done a lot of rework. I've had some jobs that I've done and specs on them were correct. Did the job, turned them in, they were happy with them. I've had a couple others that I've done the work for, and the specs they gave me, I cut the part to that and then came back and found out that they wanted the tolerances 1 or 2 thousandths greater than what was on the drawing. Not my fault, but it's part of getting to know your customers and wanting to make sure their expectations are met. So this company brought me some pump shafts. They're the ones I did a couple of weeks ago. A little shaky, sorry about that. And they want the bearing surfaces 1 to 2 thousandths greater than what was on the drawing, so the bearing fits tighter, it's a snugger fit, and less chance of slippage, things like that. Not a problem, but I've already cut them to the size of 1 inch 750 thousandths. So they want the bearing size to be 1 inch 752 thousandths. So what we have to do is cut the bearing down, put a sleeve on it, and then once the sleeve, we'll heat the sleeve up, slide it on. Once the sleeve is on, then we turn that surface down to the 1 inch 752 thousandths. Not a hard process, it just takes a little bit of time. So let's get started. Alright, so here's the problem. Normally, you don't want to cut an edge like this, where it's a sharp 90, because that's a stress point. What you want to do is cut a slight radius into it. It makes it stronger so that force is exerted all the way around. So with a 90 like this, you have force that's basically just exerted in 2 directions. Whereas if you put a radius, the force is exerted in multiple directions, spreads it out, it's a stronger piece. So that can make things difficult, or I'm sorry, this makes things better. So what I did on the sleeve, or what I should have done, is here's my radius. I should have actually stopped my cut short, left this radius intact. The bearing surface would stop here and would go out to the end of the bearing. Because I cut this radius all the way in, let's see, cut it all the way in back to this shoulder, there's 2 things I can do. I can make my sleeve where it's got a radius in it, but what that does is ends up this little area right there. Let's see if it'll, oh, there we go. This little area right here ends up with a sharp point that could actually heat up quicker, it could be damaged, it causes some issues. Or I can come back and cut this perfectly 90 degrees. Again, you've got the force issue, but that ends up making the radius area thicker. I still end up with a small area where It's got a sharp point, but it's doable, and it gives more material in this corner. Like I said, this is what I wish I had done, but I'm beyond that point. I can't do that now. So I am probably going to look at this alternative. Just make it a 90 degree and then radius my part in. Wow. So it's been a week. Like I said, you got to fix some things sometimes when they break. You do the best you can. I found out this week that, I'm in the business of fixing problems. Whether they're mine, whether they're somebody else's, that's what I do. So, luckily, this was an easy fix. It cost some time. It was a rework that I ended up eating, even though it was not on the plans. Was something I should have questioned. I should have checked with the person I was doing the work for, and I didn't. So, I didn't feel obligated to run that cost to them. I ate it. It's part of doing business and trying to continue to have a good customer. So they'll bring me other work to do later on. I'm glad to have it. Like I said, a little bit of time, a little bit of aggravation, but I was able to fix the problem, salvage the part, and not scrap a whole part. So hope this helped. It's a little different. I hope I explained things well. And I hope y'all are having a great day. I know it's another great day here in paradise for me. So God bless y'all. Take care.